Whoa, look how clean that is. Today's video is sponsored by Delete Me.
I was at the local military surplus and I found a gem I couldn't live without. This is a 700cc twin-cylinder military standard engine from the 70s.
Yeah, it could have been used to power a generator back in Vietnam.
And we're gonna put it on a project today.
This thing weighs like 200 pounds, dude. What does it make? At least 100 horsepower?
It makes 10.
10 horsepower, like a Tillotson 212, except 4 times bigger.
Yeah, but hear me out. The best part is, we bought 2. The military rates these things for 10 horsepower, but in the worst possible conditions. Let's say you're on the top of Mount Everest with no oxygen and a jug of rubbing alcohol. These things make 10 horsepower.
Really?
Really. These were in the corner covered in cobwebs and dust, and they deserve to be remembered. A lot of folks don't realize the potential that these engines have because these engines will easily make double the rated output with some quality fuel here at sea level.
Well, yeah, that's if we can get them to run, man, because neither of these engines are complete.
Well, this one's going to be plenty of parts for this engine.
Well, let's get to work. There's plenty of engine oil in it.
It looks nice.
Looks really clean, but I bet you it just got sediment at the bottom. Man, this is half of a Volkswagen Beetle engine.
We are missing the ignition on this.
Uh-oh. If we can figure out how to get these engines to run, it'd be great to take the tin work off so you can see the cylinder heads on the back of a go-kart or mini bike. So there's something that looks important. It's definitely supposed to be there.
Magneto.
That's the magneto?
Yeah. So we can take this and put it on that one over there.
And hope that it works.
And hope that it'll work.
Well, anyway, take a look at how clean the oil looks. And look at the dipstick. And I also love just the detail on these things. Like, they're built to a very high standard. Military standard.
Well, I thought one of these engines were going to be complete. This is really, really bad.
It's not great.
No. I gotta find out if this thing has spark. And if it's got spark, maybe we can do something here, but it's not looking good, dude.
Dude, you gotta come look at the dirt dauber nest inside the carburetor. You know? It's got some Vietnam.
Got some Vietnam dirt daubers in there.
That's bad, dude. All right, so we need a carburetor. We need this ignition box. This box, too, looks like it's missing from here. So, got a good little list. It's a good thing you bought two.
All right, guys, this thing is absolute junk. We might need a third engine here. The magneto, it's shot. The bushing is, look at that. It's just worn slam out. So the magneto's no good. That one's missing the magneto. This one's full of dirt daubers. That one's full of dirt daubers. I need to get on the phone and give my buddy a call and see about getting a third one. Oh, that's rough. Man, I'm so glad I'm not getting any more of those weird texts. Delete Me really hooked me up, and they're sponsoring today's video.
Delete Me is awesome. We've been trusting them to protect our privacy online.
Man, me too.
Whoa, stay away from my data.
Oh no, I'm good now. I've changed my ways ever since I signed up with Delete Me.
You all know why you're here.
To get our personal information removed from data brokers.
Which formerly was you all.
But we're glad that you've come around.
I was tired of my own data being stolen. I was getting spam texts and everything. Those traitors.
Well, that's because data brokers can legally collect and sell all types of information about anyone. Even you guys. Data brokers are individuals and corporations that can legally collect and sell all types of information. Some of the most dangerous brokers are people search sites, which collect personally identifiable information like your name, address, phone, and relative names and sell it to anyone with a credit card. This can expose you to serious risks like identity theft, scams, phishing attempts, harassment, and doxing.
That's what I used to do?
Yeah, not great, but that's why you reached out to us about your own data and got to work with Delete Me privacy advisors, who are real people. They're available for custom requests and help whenever you need it. Delete Me is tireless. They continuously remove your data using their own tech and don't outsource to third parties. which is a good thing. Hey guys, if you can't beat him, join him.
Delete Me is a hands-free subscription service that removes your personal information from hundreds of data brokers and people search sites, reducing the risk of your valuable data getting into the wrong hands.
That's right. And Delete Me has been the leading expert in personally identifiable information removal for over 15 years and was recently named by Wirecutter as the #1 data removal service. The Huffington Post recently published an article about the real-world dangers of private information existing on people search sites, where all kinds of people, bad people, may be looking. This is exactly why Delete Me exists, to remove your information from those people search sites. For proof of their work, Delete Me runs routine privacy reports that you access from your account's dashboard, where they tell you exactly where your data was found with the sources listed and named. You can say goodbye to those spam calls and the dreaded mystery texts about your mail being held up at the post office, and retake control of your online presence. Get 20% off Delete Me consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/carsandcameras and use promo code CarsandCameras at checkout, or use the QR code on screen. That's joindeleteme.com/carsandcameras, code CarsandCameras.
Everybody understand?
Great. Oh, there's no phones allowed during these meetings.
Right. Sorry, I was just watching some Cars and Cameras.
Happy New Week, everybody. I'm so thankful for eBay, because we were able to find a new old stock magneto for this thing. Slick Aircraft Products. So, hoping this thing is going to bolt right on.
No.
And it's completely different.
Yeah, I messed up. I am sorry, sir.
So, the one that came on the engine that's missing parts is a Wyco, and this is a Slick. And it's completely missing this...
The tabs.
Yeah, the tab to mount it, and like the gear is completely different. This is not good. We are now $500 deep into 2 engines that are incomplete and potentially do not run.
I thought that was gonna be it. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I don't know, maybe we can use some parts off of that for the other one. Or, I got an idea. We could try to just turn down the bushing on that and try to put it together and see if we can time it right and make it run, because we're kind of out of options.
We are out of options.
So as you can see, this thing is worn out, which means this thing's got a lot of hours on it. So we're gonna just try to turn down the bushing and put this distributor back together and time it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're gonna get it to fire over. Yeah, there we go. So this has got points in it, and you are not gonna get those points set right with all of that sloppiness.
No.
That shaft shouldn't move at all. It's made to rotate, not flop back and forth.
Yeah.
So let me get this shaft out and see about turning that bushing down.
So what
a new bushing.
What are your chances here if you're going to put a percentage on making a bushing work?
I say with the lathe and stuff, I say I got a 99% chance.
Okay, and you think we're going to get spark from there?
As long as all the components are good in here, we should get spark.
Okay, so we have no idea.
50-50.
I like your optimism. Half full. So, while Isaac is determining the repairability of the Magneto, Luke and I are going to have a look at this engine, the better of the two, and try to find which engine has the best carburetor and the best other pieces that we can use to just make one good engine out of these two. If we can get one of these running, it's a big if, but if we can, I would love to do some cylinder head work to one of these things, maybe even throw a supercharger or a turbocharger on this, because our wheelbarrow with the 4-cylinder absolutely loves that little AMR 300 supercharger, but we're a long way from that right now. Now, why does the military run 24 volts?
My understanding, from what I've been told, they started using 24 volts because of the radios. You get more range on the radios with 24 volts versus 12 volts.
Huh.
So they just, to make things simpler, they just did 24 volts on the whole system. That's what I was told. I don't know.
All right. I don't know, buddy. That actually looks brand spanking new in there to me. Kind of curious. That's brand new. Whoa, look how clean that is. What? Yeah, it's too bad this thing's incomplete. Holy moly. Oh. Alright, so it's a good thing we removed it because there is one dirt dauber nest down in there.
Here's the bushing. I just knocked it out. I took this magneto apart. Now all I've got to do is find a brass bushing about the right size. I might have to turn it down and just put a new bushing in. It'd be cool to leave all the tins off and put it in something.
Yeah.
And just, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna leave the tins off for sure. Of course, it's for cooling, but when the vehicle's moving,
then we're good to go.
Airflow stays cool.
Yep.
Plus, it's December. Well, we got a good look at this engine without the tins on it. Looks really cool. We can simplify it even more when we put exhaust headers on it and stuff like that. So we're gonna move on to the other side. This engine was manufactured by Teledyne, and it's 42 cubic inches in displacement. Here, come check this out. 2-cylinder, air-cooled, 4-cycle, overhead valve, 42 cubic inch displacement, which comes out to about 688 cc's. Manufactured in July of '87. Never run, evidently, looking at that air filter. So we pulled the carburetor, and I don't know, this is the one that looks brand new, but looking at the carb, it doesn't look so brand new.
Looks like the dirt daubers tried to get in there too.
Yeah, it's pretty cruddy in there. There you go. Oh man, I love brass float carburetor, man. It's old school.
Wow.
There's nice carburetor stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna say this engine was run at one point in time. Man, I think it's not even worth messing with because this gasket tore all the shreds when we removed the bowl. So it's just gonna leak. And of course, we can't find replacement parts for this. Turns out it's a very uncommon engine. To the carburetor shelf. So this engine, as clean as it may look, is gonna need a removal of the intake there, because yeah, that is gonna grenade this thing real quick. Gonna get a quick polish on the cylinders with ingesting all that dirt. So we're gonna pull the intake off, give it a clean. Ooh. I mean, that's gonna flow way more than 10 horsepower. Oh yeah. Just gotta get these things cleaned out. We'll get it reinstalled. But that is extremely promising. The bigger your intake ports are, the more air you can flow in there and the more horsepower you can make. So this is looking real promising.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it's real nasty. At first I thought it was
Oh man.
a dead mouse or something, but no, I think it's just a really soggy.
Soggy dirt dauber.
Yeah.
Mess.
Well, all right, it's a good thing I took a good look in there, because that, again, would totally grenade our engine. Like the first startup.
Got the other carburetor off. Just touching this gasket.
Yeah.
Breaks it right off.
You can at least take a look at the condition. I mean, looking at, like, this engine has definitely been run. Looking at the color on the intake there versus this engine, much cleaner in this one, minus the nests, of course. It's a crazy looking jet or emulsion tube or something.
The brass float is in there, and this gasket
Oh,
is just stuck on.
yeah. Just, yeah, gently work your way around it. You might be able to get it. This gasket looks better than the other ones, so we might be able to save it. Nice job.
It's intact.
I mean, I've certainly seen dirtier. That's not bad. So we're gonna let that carburetor get nice and clean in there. We'll check on it in about 30 minutes.
The bushing I found was not the right outside diameter, so I'm machining out this bushing to fit the new bushing. So we got to get this oily, nasty nest out of this intake port. So I'm going to ensure that both the intake and exhaust valves are shut,
and I'm gonna blow some air in there to get it all out. So to confirm that the valves are shut, I'm gonna take the plug out, and we're gonna use our little borescope tool to get a nice look inside the cylinder, look at the piston, and confirm the valves are shut. That's not gonna run. This thing was supposed to, like, just put gas in it and fire it up and run. Bummer. I think the problem is, a lot of surplus stores buy these things, you know, they don't look into them at all. They buy them as ready to run. And so somewhere along the line, they get, you know, bumped around or parts get robbed off them, but they look complete, and you get what we have here. All right, well, we might as well do the other side too. Really get this thing blown out and see if that other engine has plugs that are not oil saturated. Here comes the airplane. Oh, it's overhead valve. Of course we can't see what the valves are doing. So the good news is that we have cross-hatching in the cylinder there. So, I don't know, there's a good chance it'll make some compression. Bad news is we still need to get that nest out of there and get all this oil blown out. So I'm gonna pull the valve cover off because we're gonna have a good look at what the valves are doing. We can ensure that they're shut so we can blow this thing out. Some big old valve springs, man. Holy cow. It is clean as a whistle. Got a little bit of sludge down there, but otherwise, I mean, look at, that looks brand new. So let's spin the engine over. Those are massive push rod tubes as well. Oh my goodness. Look how big those push rods are. That's gonna be good for 11,000 RPM, just you wait. All right. Valve should be shut. Well, let's just give it a good spin. So there's the exhaust opening. Letting exhaust out. That is not a high lift cam. There's the intake opening, so it's letting fresh air in. It's coming up, and all right, so our bang is somewhere right around there. But the important thing is both valves are shut, so let's blow this thing out. Well, the good news is that all the oil in there prevented the valve from rusting. Bad news is that it's still pretty nasty. All right, well, let's get a little degreaser in there, scrub the rest out.
Dude, that's a brand new engine. I don't think it's ever been run.
I know, yeah, it's clean as a whistle. But look at the size of the push rods.
Yeah?
Like, if we could get a higher lift camshaft and some beefy valve springs, this thing would spin the sucker to like $8 grand.
Yeah?
That'd be awesome.
It would be.
All right, well, I'm gonna work on reassembling the intake manifold, and I think our carburetor's done.
So I have the brass bushing machine down. I had to use the lathe to turn it down. So we've got a bushing pressed into another bushing, and that gives us the correct size. Now, when I pressed the bushing in, the inner bushing shrunk and it just wouldn't fit anymore. So I had to use some sandpaper and some ingenuity, a hose on a drill. I honed out the bushing where it now fits. So all I've got to do now is add a little bit of lubricant to the bushing. Some people like to just leave the bushings like with no lubrication, dry. I like to add just a little bit. And you don't want to add too much, because if you add too much, it's going to sling out and it's going to get on the points. So I just like to add just a tiny bit of lubrication, and hopefully here in a few minutes we're gonna hopefully see something working.
You're still 50-50, huh?
Still 50-50. So I've got the new bushing installed, and I've got the magneto all back together, and it feels smooth as butter. Hopefully the components inside are going to be okay. I'm a little worried about the magnets because the bushing was so bad that the part of the innards were smacking the magnets. We're going to find out. Fingers crossed we're going to have spark. This thing was taken apart when we got the engine, and I only wanted this engine for extra parts, so I got it cheaper, and I'm hoping the parts that are on it are going to work for this engine.
Nothing.
Well, that's disappointing.
This has to be touching too?
No.
Yeah, nothing.
Pooey! Let me check this one over here.
There we go. That looks great. Looks like one of those Tesla coils.
Yeah, check this other side.
You got it?
Nope, nothing.
So we got a 1-cylinder.
Could have a bad wire. So I'm gonna swap over the coil wire, the spark plug wires, and see if it changes.
Well, hey, you were right about 50-50. We got one of them.
All right, so I found the culprit here. So we have strong spark coming from, this is the coil right here inside of this magneto. This part of the coil, that little piece right there, goes, see these two springs? On the other side of these springs are the plug wires going to each spark plug. Well, we don't have spark on this side of the engine. Well, if you look there,
Whoa.
there is a carbon streak on this coil.
Looks like it's just split.
It's not split, it's been jumping, and just burning. Oh, goodness. Look at that. It's got a hole burn in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this coil off, and I'm gonna clean that out, and I'm gonna add, do we have dielectric grease?
Yeah.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna clean out all that carbon, and I'm gonna maybe seal it up for lunch, and then I'm gonna wipe everything down with dielectric grease to try to put something in between the coil and the metal so it doesn't arc through.
Bon appetit. Lunch is ready, boys.
Oh, good, I'm sorry.
How's she looking?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks a lot better than it did when it went in. The floats always clean up really nicely. And the body itself, well, we just need to blow it off, put it together, and see what happens, but it looks a whole lot cleaner than it did. All right, well, you've done your repair, and
Yeah.
let's see if it really did anything for us. Oh, man. We got it. It's a little weak,
Random.
but it's there, dude. Kind of random. You think it's random, or you think it's just because we're manually holding these?
See, that one ain't doing nothing.
Well, it just needs to be held in the right spot, I think.
Oh, I know what it is. This thing's not being this part isn't grounded
Yeah,
because this is rubber mounted.
it is.
So, all right. So that's probably why I wasn't getting great spark there. This spark isn't as good. I'm a little worried that our coil might still be arcing out on the inside. I cleaned it out the best I could. Threw some silicone up there, which I don't know. Maybe the silicone isn't great for keeping electricity from escaping. And then I put some dielectric grease. So I don't know. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah, man.
See what happens.
Heck yeah. Dude, nice job.
Thank you.
That was half glass full. You were right. So the good news is that we have spark, which is insane considering, well, how heavily used that ignition was. The bad news is that we're not out of the woods yet. We have to figure out how to time this engine, and we don't have a shop manual. We're gonna just have to make our own timing marks and go from there. The factory carburetor's been rebuilt and installed with the factory intake plenums. These things, once you get past the carburetor, this thing is gonna make some serious power. On the smaller 500cc 4-cylinder that we've messed around with, they make a ton of power as soon as you swap a different carburetor on and you take the governor off. So I'd say only about 10 horsepower worth of airflow is gonna fit through this carburetor. But as soon as we get it running and then get another carburetor installed that'll flow more, it should really, really wake up. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here because we still need to hear this thing run stock before we even think about performance. So we're still waiting on Ike to figure out the ignition situation, but I'm gonna plumb up a fuel line to this thing. Ouch. I don't think we have this type of end, but we can make something work. We got a fuel pump here that goes up to the carburetor and then into the engine.
Okay, so we are ready to install the magneto. I know that there's a special tool for timing these. We don't have the special tool. I know that I probably want this thing on 12 degrees before top dead center. Honestly, it might be able to go. Anyhow, 12 degrees is a good place to start. We have some adjustment here. Since we don't have the special tool, what I'm doing is I'm setting this up 12 degrees before top dead center on the engine, and then right when the cam hits the points to open, what happens is the points open, the field collapses in this unit, creating spark. When the points close, it builds up energy in the condenser, and once the points open, it interrupts it, collapses, the energy comes out of the coil and goes into the engine from the spark plugs. So I'm going to set it right where it wants to open, and I'm hoping that's going to be really close to where we want to be. Alright, I think that's it right there, dude.
Sweet.
Yes, we should be able to put everything together, throw a little hot sauce to it, spin it over, and see what happens.
Alright,
well, once I get that installed.
Before we try that, I mean, I don't want to celebrate prematurely, but it's an awesome looking engine.
It's a very cool looking engine. This can be installed in a mini bike or a go-kart.
It can go on literally anything.
Yeah, it's almost to the point of too big.
Yeah,
almost.
It'll fit.
Yeah.
Well, let's give it a shot.
All right.
The oil is just barely touching the bottom of the dipstick. There's your low mark, and there's your full. So this thing is going to take a lot of extra oil. Gotta say, the build quality on this engine is like off the chain. Like, it's nothing like you would buy at, like, you know, Harbor Freight or Lowe's today. This thing is built to a very high standard, and I'm really curious to see what it sounds like. I don't think it's going to sound like a V-twin because it's flat, so it's going to sound like half a Volkswagen Beetle. And apparently they made a 4-cylinder version of this too, which is about 1400 cc's, so that's going to be right under a VW Beetle. All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
I don't know if this drill is going to spin it over, but it does have 6-to-1 compression ratio.
Right. So. It'll probably spin it.
Ready?
Yep.
Maybe not.
Gotta hold it, man.
It doesn't do it.
It doesn't do it. Okay. Try not to
Need a
blow
better
it up.
drill. Did you see all these chunks it just blew out?
Yep.
I'm covered in...
I don't think any fuel went into the carburetor.
Okay. The fact that this is 688 cc's, I mean, it has so much potential.
Uh-huh.
I mean, a Yamaha Raptor 700 is like one of the fastest four-wheelers out there.
It doesn't have 6-to-1 compression, though.
No, but I'm saying, like, we can modify it after we get it running.
Yeah.
Really make it spicy.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Alright, well, I know the bump box isn't going to be perfect right now, but we'll put the charger on it while we bump it.
Fire and hold.
Alright.
It's everywhere. It's in my eyeball.
It sounded kind of cool.
Man, if only we could have seen that coming. Exhaust is right there.
Right there.
Oh, that was pretty awesome though.
Ah, just got to keep running though.
Yeah. Why did it die?
Well,
It ran out of hot sauce, huh?
yeah,
It may not be running on gasoline.
may not, but I'm willing to give it another shot. So we got no fuel, so this bowl is probably going to be empty.
Yep.
So we got to figure it out because it runs on hot sauce. So let's take that carburetor off and
See what's up.
see what's up. It sounds good.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Sounds good. I guess I got the timing pretty close.
Yeah, it ran.
Yeah.
Man, it's ready for boost and nitrous, right?
Yeah. One thing at a time first, though.
Yeah.
So I just had fuel pressure here. I loosened it and it sprayed out a bunch of fuel pressure. I think that was the fuel line disconnected on the carburetor on the other engine, or was it hooked up?
I don't remember.
I think we got some sort of critter that built a nest in there. So we need to blow it out, and maybe at that point we can get something happening. You know what I mean?
I know. It's still blowing those things everywhere.
Yeah. All right, that's awesome, guys.
Yeah, man.
This sounds good. Sounds real good.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't smoke or anything.
No.
So what do we do now? I didn't think we'd get this far.
You didn't think so?
I had my doubts.
Hey.
50-50, baby.
That's right.
50-50.
Don't do those
Must-
hand signals. Don't do those hand movements.
50-50. 50-50. I'm going to say 100% now.
100%. We got it running.
Yeah. So, I say we crank it up one more time just to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's make sure it's repeatable.
Yes.
I mean, it spit this dirt dauber
Yeah, I don't
It
know
probably
where
gained
that
a
came
whole
that's
horsepower
right
blowing
out of
that
the
out.
exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think one was stuck in the rotation of the flywheel, and when it stopped, it just kind of got slung off to the side and obliterated.
Front hope.
Yep.
Holy moly.
That's a win.
Thing been sitting up since who knows what year.
I don't know if it's ever been run. It was built in 1987.
Yeah.
87.
I can't believe like the diaphragms and like the seals and the fuel pump still work. I mean, okay. Yeah, it might start leaking now that we're gonna run once. You look like a DJ up there, like twisting all these knobs and stuff, trying to get it to idle.
Yeah, man. Just playing with the throttle, the idle, the mixture screws, doing all that.
And just think, when we put some headers that are just smoothed out,
I'm gonna have to
instead
do
of
it
these
all over
90s. Yep.
All right, that is a win. That is a win. I am happy. Like, I was 50-50 on it going. Seriously, 50-50. I knew we had all the parts, but I was just a little worried about
Making it work.
So
we just got this 688cc engine running for the first time since potentially it was made back in 1987, and it sounds awesome. Problem is, this thing's only rated at 10 horsepower, and we know we're gonna need a lot more than that if we want it to be impressive on a go-kart or mini bike. So now we're gonna make some performance changes to this thing to get it flowing air much better and making a whole lot more horsepower. One, we're gonna be installing a round slide carburetor to replace this restrictive factory carburetor. Two, we're gonna install stainless steel exhaust that's just got nice bends, because these 90s are just so bad for airflow and performance. And third, what are we doing?
and the Supercharger.
That's right, our 4-cylinder, 32 cubic inch engine. Absolutely love this AMR 300 Supercharger. So this 42 is gonna get the same treatment. It's gonna look awesome, it's gonna sound awesome, and it's gonna light this thing on fire.
Hopefully not literally.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to remove the front pulley on this engine so we can see about mounting or finding a different style pulley to run our Supercharger. The problem is, it appears that the charging coils are underneath this flywheel, or pulley. We're not exactly sure what we're gonna find under here, so we're gonna be pulling the pulley off of the parts engine, so if we have any surprises and like break something, that's our parts engine. And I'll feel a lot better about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that front pulley off, and we're gonna see what we find underneath it. I bet you, because it's threaded right there, it's going to need some sort of puller to get that off. Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep. Special tools.
So since this engine just ran for the first time since Van Halen was on the Billboard Hot 100, we're going to see if we can, we're going to replace the engine oil and see if we can find a replacement air filter. We can see this is actually a Wix oil filter. So I'm going to use a little brake clean, a little Scotch pad, and see if we can get that paint off. See if we can find a replacement. Uh-oh. Oh, I think it's working. Yeah, it's working.
This engine here is older. That's a spin-on filter. This one's a cartridge style. So this is an older engine.
Looks like that thing visited the medical tent back in World War I.
Hey, I got it. There's my puller.
Oh, nice.
It's got magnets in here yep. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, like 11 or 12 magnets in here.
And those are the charging coils, right?
Yep.
So that spins and it creates power, right?
Yep.
Electricity.
And look, it's tapered. And we got 4 bolt holes here. We could probably mount a flange with a shaft coming off of it to put a pulley.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't see why not. It looks like it'd be an easier job to do than to mess with that. And we'll have the benefit of charging a battery if we ever want to. Oh yeah.
Billy. Dude, good riddance.
Get rid of these 90s, man.
Dude, that exhaust looks
Puny.
kind of restrictive.
Yeah, see, that's why it's only 10 horsepower.
It's one of the reasons.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Plus it's 2 into 1.
yeah. This side had a really short way to go, but this other side had to go 90, 90, 90 to get out. So this piece on the front of the engine is actually the governor, and, well, we don't want that for the purposes of putting that on a go-kart or mini bike, so we're just going to remove it all together, and we should have some nice bolt holes to mount a supercharger to. Oh boy, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff attached in there. What are we looking at here, Bob? I don't know. Whoa. So that's the governor, huh?
She gone.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the back side of the ignition box we've been looking at all day.
That's right.
Cool.
Make a plate, close it up.
That thing is.
It's not bad.
Okay, so check this out. I've been working on this. We are putting a little spacer there to extend out this piece. Got to line up the holes. And this is where we're going to bolt our adapter so we can run a pulley.
For the supercharger.
For this supercharger. I gotta put this piece of tape in there to help center it up.
Well, Scott heard we were working on a military engine, and he decided to join us today. So you're almost retiring, right?
Yep, I have 73 more days, and then I'm done. I'm retired. That would be my 20-year mark.
So you've been in the Navy for 20 years, or 19 3/4 years.
Yeah, basically.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, flew by like that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing that for everybody, man.
Yeah, appreciate your service.
I appreciate it.
And we're looking forward to having you on, buddy, for more adventures.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's basically what it's going to be like. I'm going to take that one out and hit it with the tap because it doesn't feel like it's going in great, but this is going to get bolted on and then we'll be able to run our pulley. Boom. Then we're going to have the supercharger up here and going to make some, I'm hoping that we're going to make a little supercharged noise. So while the boys are working on supercharger placement on that engine, I'm coming over to our parts engine and I'm going to pull off the cylinder head and see if I can work some magic on the cylinder head. And I took the valve cover off and, well, I'm going to find something going on with the cylinder head. It seems like that might be a washer or something to one of these valve springs. I'll probably find it when I go to take this thing apart. So I've got to take the exhaust off and a couple of lines, and I should be able to take 4 bolts out and pull this cylinder head right off. So I'm working on pulling the head off right now. I'm going to modify the head on the parts engine first, just to be safe. And if we like what we do, we'll just swap it over to the brand new engine and move on from there.
Oh man, I'm really curious to see just the inside of one of these engines too.
Yeah, me too.
They're like way overbuilt from the factory, and there's usually a lot to improve upon.
Yeah. They're overbuilt, and the compression ratio is going to be 6 to 1, 6.5 to 1, something like that.
And still make a ton of boost.
We're going to try.
I mean, look at these push rod tubes, man. It's like small block
Push
Chevy
rods?
push rods.
The push rod tubes here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, these are like big block Chevy push rods. Yeah, they're massive. The big blocks are big. The small blocks are smaller than that.
No kidding.
Yeah. And feel it.
Heavy?
That's light.
Light?
Dude.
Okay, I've
like
never worked on a small block Chevy.
It's like a feather.
Light, huh?
Small block, I think, is thicker.
almost like it is hollow.
It is hollow.
Oh, okay, hollow.
Yeah. So, they are hollow. They have a oil passage on each end, and the oil pump actually, well, I didn't know these had oil going through them. I'm assuming so, since it's got a hole through the end for the oil to pass through. Yeah, no oil in it. But this thing hadn't been running years.
Is that one of them recyclable straws people keep talking about?
Be used as a straw.
Coming soon to CarsandCameras.com.
Yeah, we just buy up all these engines and take them apart. Oh, okay. It just popped right out.
So there's like a rubber stopper?
Yeah. Yeah, there it falls out and then to its home.
And you have to pull that off in order to get to one of these. Oh,
yeah.
One of the bolts to get the cylinder head off.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Very interesting. All right. So I've got 4 bolts. I gotta take them out. Oh no. That's interesting. Can't seem to get the socket to it. Valve spring's in the way.
Here you go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Should be it.
Seriously?
There's no gasket. Goodness gracious.
That's why it has 6-to-1 compression ratio.
Yeah. And if we shave the head, we got to do it on the jug. To get higher.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a 3-inch.
Wow.
Yep.
So to get higher compression, we have to machine this lip right here.
How the heck are we gonna do that?
Well, we got everything off. This jug will come off.
Sweet.
I wonder if we can modify one of these on a 212.
That would be cool.
Put the jug on there, piston, and a better head. Because look at that combustion chamber. It is massive. Got some pretty good valves, pretty good sized valves. I hope I didn't drop something important, but anyhow, the valves aren't bad, but we're gonna be taking these valves out and we're gonna be opening up the ports and maybe even doing a little lightening to the valve since we don't have springs that are gonna fit in here. I figure I could lighten up the valve a little bit and I'll show y'all how I do that. Hopefully these valves aren't something special like sodium filled or whatever, because if they are, then we're gonna run into some trouble. That's why I'm doing it to the
Junk engine.
junk engine rather than the good engine.
Exactly.
If I'm successful at doing what I want with this, this head is going to go right on that engine. Let's pop out the valves.
Sounds good. And that tool is basically a giant vice grip designed to take the retainers out of valve springs so you can remove them.
Yep, and they are really stuck, dude. This thing's been around for a long time, probably older than me and you.
Oh yeah, because the other one's an 87, but this one didn't have a date on it.
No date on this one.
It don't scratch the VIN number off of this one.
Yeah, they took the
Serial number off.
Yeah, they took everything off. Pop these keeps out. There's one. There's two.
Hide behind the wall. Oh, it's not that stiff.
They spin.
Why does that spin?
Okay, I'm gonna have to check this one. Because one of the other ones, like on the ones on the 4-cylinder, the 32, they had one-way clutches, so it would turn and then it would lock in and it would The idea is the valve spins in the seat. That way it wears evenly going around. Okay. Look at the size of the valve stem on this thing. So I like to chuck up the valve in the lathe, and I like to cut down the stem some, which is, it allows more air to get into the intake runner, and it also let more exhaust out of the exhaust runner if you shave the valve stems.
And it also lightens the valve train.
Lightens the valve train, so it's almost like stiffening up the springs. So.
Yep. Again, this thing wasn't designed for maximum airflow.
No, it was designed for longevity.
In any conditions.
Yes. With the nastiest fuels and...
Yeah, but we're looking to do this thing justice.
Yeah.
How do you know how much to take off? Go with the feel, I guess.
Yeah.
We're mounting the supercharger. We have to start with basically a place to start where it pivots. And then we're gonna make another mount up top that adjusts, and that's how you get your belt tension. So
Sweet.
Yeah. Should come together quite nicely.
Very nice.
just wait till it's welded. It's gonna look a lot better.
Minimal movement, which is great, but just enough to
Get a belt on and
there.
tight.
I've done some porting on this head. All I did was open it up some. I didn't go crazy, because we are actually going to get plenty of boosts from Boost. But cylinder porting will help, and we don't have springs to put in this head. So what's the best way to kind of keep valve float down? We're going to lighten the valve. So I've got right here the valve that I just lightened. Here's the factory valve.
Of course, they're different sizes.
These are different sizes, but you can see right here I've actually cut some of it out, which is going to allow more air and fuel in or out.
Nice, and you also face the end of it there.
And I faced the end of it, which also lightened it up some. So I'm hoping...
Hey man, half horsepower is a half a horsepower.
I mean, you know, every little bit helps. So this valve has been lightened, which is almost like putting a little bit more spring in it. Like putting performance springs, but we're just lightening it up. So I've got the exhaust done. I've got to do the intake next. And then I'm going to be reassembling this head, and we'll figure out if we're going to do the other one or not.
Over.
Hi Quinn. Did you see our new
No, I haven't gone out there
let's
yet.
go on a walk.
Okay.
Alright, so you know how we have a storage problem?
I'm aware.
A forever storage problem?
Yes.
Well-
the storage problem is our yard.
Well, we're gonna help consolidate that
Okay.
with a very discreet, very classy method and cost effective. We actually globally sourced these products.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
What? Oh no. Oh, what's Hapag-Lloyd?
I don't know, that's why I'm saying it's globally sourced.
Wait, never thought this would be my life.
Man, but you wouldn't have it any other way, right?
Can we open it?
I mean, to be honest with you, neither. Yeah, we can open it.
Hapag-Lloyd. That's probably a place, not a...
Super.
I bet this is like Swedish. This is very...
Pretty cool.
You know how people say you look like that guy from the TV show You?
Yeah,
Well, now you have...
a place to put people. Dude, octone. Isn't that, hold on.
That's German.
Yeah. Yeah. Hapag-Lloyd. Yeah.
What's...
It's a studio apartment. Ventilation. This one's stinkier than the other one.
Can we open the other one?
Yeah, this one's real nice. This is the high rent district one.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's like combined 600 and change square feet.
It's a cool space. Where did, oh, you just got these pavers from here?
Yeah, we're gonna go get some, we're gonna go get some cinder blocks this evening and arrange them nicely and then start loading them.
Arrange them nicely. How? Like they need to be leveled out more?
Yeah, they're gonna be leveled and like put next to each other. We're gonna try Humvee. Remember how I wanted to get a skid steer?
Wait.
Skid steer would have done the job.
Okay, so the boys did a fantastic job with the supercharger mount, looking great. They even made a nice little bracket up front here that is also going to double as the supercharger belt tensioner. So we're going to add a gasket because this is where the original governor was mounted. And of course we took the governor off because we want to hear this thing sing. Right? Right. So let's get this thing bolted up. Nice job on the bracket. Very nice.
Thanks, Luke.
So we've got a factory Go Power Sports header. And guess what? It's gonna work perfect for our test run. John ran off to go get a belt. So we measured the distance between the pulleys and we're gonna see if he brings back a belt that fits. I think he'll get it. Speak of the devil.
Need some belts?
Yes, sir. We were just talking about you.
I got
All good things, all good things.
belts.
Oh, he's got a plethora of belts.
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna say that one's too big.
We can
That one's
tension.
too
It'll
small.
go tighter from here, right?
And then the other one's gonna be just
Okay, you're gonna have
right.
to tighten it because that's the smallest one.
Ooh, that's perfect.
Cool, let me undo what I just did.
Looks cool.
They did a good job.
It's getting there.
Yes, sir. Supercharger's installed. Got to tighten up this hose clamp, hook up the carburetor and fuel line. Then we're going to be ready to hear it fire up. Oh, it's going to be so good. All right, so the carburetor is going on. You want to make sure the carburetor is flat because you don't want it tilted at all because you can cause problems with the float level and it'll flood and all that stuff. We're fixing to crank this thing up and run it. The boys are cleaning off the table. I am not installing the heads at this moment, but the heads are done. I like to do one change at a time on an engine and run it because I don't want to do all the changes, crank it up, have a problem running, and then I'm not sure. Is it the head work that I did? Is it the supercharger? Is it the carburetor? Is it this distributor or the magneto? Because this magneto, well, we got it running. It does not look the best. But let me get the carburetor tightened up. What happened to flathead screwdriver? Y'all put it away? Oh, thank you. Get this and then we'll get the fuel line on and fire it up.
Need some help?
No. Watch it crank up while I'm doing this.
So what are you anticipating?
I'm thinking it's gonna run.
Man, I hope it runs. It ran before.
Yeah. I'm trying to get fuel to the carburetor right now. Although it should have fuel in the carburetor, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Well, the last little bit that I didn't dump out.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna sound better. I hope we hear that supercharger.
Alright, that's gonna be good enough for the jump. Here we go.
guys see a spark?
Yeah, I saw a spark.
Where and why?
I don't know. But dude, this hose was swelling up when I revved it up.
Yeah.
So it's got boost.
It sounds nasty.
Yeah. The carburetor's too rich.
Yeah, it's way
We need to lean it out. But dudes.
Nice job.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we need to figure out, we need to lean it up. Maybe look around and see where that spark came
That's
from.
a little concerning, especially considering all the fuel dumpage. It sounds crazy.
It sounds pretty good with the headers and stuff.
Boys, I think we did this old beast justice.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to see the hose swelling up under boost. I don't know how much boost it's got, but it's got something.
So we're gonna make an adjustment to our carburetor needle. As you can see, the clip is all the way at the bottom, which had this thing all the way in the rich position. We're gonna put it all the way in the lean position because this thing was like 5 to 1. It was rich. So we're taking fuel out, which means more air, and lean is mean, right?
That's right.
More horsepower. Hopefully it'll run a little cleaner too. I was a little unhappy.
A little bit. I think we're gonna have to lean it out a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Still concerned about the spark I saw.
Yeah, I just told myself I didn't see it until Luke mentioned it. And then I was like, oh, maybe that did happen. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna drop the bowl and... All right, maybe I don't have to now, but I think we need to tighten up on the float because the fuel pump is overpowering the float. So if we...
That's why it's dripping.
That's why it's dripping. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. What?
The starter is about to fly off.
Holy.
No, it's
well-
on all the way.
Well, okay, then, dude,
What happened?
then our lock collar that was in between the two just got ejected.
Oh!
Wait, no.
No. There
wasn't
wasn't
a-
anything in between.
Oh, you guys took it off? Because I put one on there.
I took it off.
Okay.
All right, well, that's interesting.
So our key that was holding our supercharger pulley in time.
It looks like it's still in there.
What? Well, then what is...
That's it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That's
in
it?
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's still in place.
Send it.
It's all right. All right. So yeah, the hose is still swelling. I think it's still a little bit too fat.
Big time.
So I think we're gonna have to drop the bowl. We'll tighten up the needle.
We'll lean it out.
Lean it out a little bit, just a little bit.
Did you guys see any sparking?
No.
Not that time.
Me neither. No. That's really scary.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but yeah, I saw a spark.
Well, let's try it again.
This thing's still really rich.
Really rich. That could be why it's running poorly. So we're going to start by cleaning them out, reinstalling with our smaller jet.
Here we go. So we're losing the cylinder. Remember that coil?
Yep.
I think what we're having is an issue with the, we're dropping a cylinder, causing it to run like total garbage. When it comes in, it seems to come alive. So I think that coil has come back and...
To bite us.
Yeah. So I think it seems to be getting worse. So I'm thinking eventually it's probably just not want to run at all.
So we're doing a lot of playing around with the jetting, and our problems just seem to be getting worse. So we've cleaned the plugs again, and we've checked for vacuum leaks. We're gonna crank it up again and see what happens. But this thing has had glimpses of just being so awesome. The idle is so cool, and like when it does clear up and rev, this thing is gonna put down some serious power. So let's just crank it up one more time, see if we can keep improving. Contact. You guys reckon we lost spark? We want to check?
Let's pull a spark plug and see what happens.
Yeah, I wonder if the repair to the distributor is the magneto.
The magneto,
Yeah.
the coil looked pretty bad, dude.
It'll be fine, only gets you so far sometimes.
That is so true.
Contact.
Yeah, I don't see anything. All right, well, we're gonna need to get on eBay, boys, or get back to the military surplus store and get a magneto. What a bummer. But this thing fired up and it sounds absolutely legendary. What an awesome piece of history, dude. Let us know down in the comments, what should we put it on? I want to put it on a dingo. I think that would be an absolute rocket ship.
That would be awesome.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video today. We'll see you next time. One more thing, folks. Be sure to protect your privacy online by going to joindeleteme.com/carsandcameras for 20% off Delete Me consumer plans with code CarsandCameras. Because we bought it non-running, supposedly complete, not complete, got spark, could be a 0-hour engine. I don't know. We're gonna find out.